I could begin with you. As a Tamil Nadu watcher, what does this development really mean in your assessment?
I think the end of this endless saga of EPS versus OPS, Neha. This has been going on for the longest time, and I think that right from the time that the last elections took place in Tamil Nadu, it's been going on, and I think it really affected them because, amongst other reasons, of course, because there was no single leadership that was being seen. And after that, they went to court. There were open fights, fisticuffs amongst also cadre. So now the thing is that now it's at least cemented. Now it's final that Palaniswami takes over as General Secretary, and now I think the party will have some kind of a finality to it, that he's the one. And let's not forget, he has the support of the cadres, support of a lot of people, and also his performance during the fag end of his chief ministership was rather impressive. He managed COVID very well, and he's somebody who's seen as a man who's actually risen. I mean, he has no so-called legacies to speak of. I mean, he's not a Jayalalitha or an MGR, Neha. Exactly. So yeah, it's good for the party, Neha.
You believe it is good for the party and it has a degree of finality to it. Venkat Narayan, come in here. Do you believe, as Sudha believes, that this decision by the Election Commission to accept EPS's elevation as Party General Secretary and allotment of the two-leaf symbol to him once and for all settles the leadership question as far as the AIADMK is concerned, while the Madras High Court is still hearing the petitions that have been filed by OPS and his aides? Those essentially pertain to his expulsion from the party. Do you believe that as far as the leadership question is concerned, it is now more or less settled?
Well, you could say that it's more or less settled as far as the election symbol is concerned. But OPS is now planning to have a conference in Trichy on the 24th of this month. There is a possibility of his floating his own party. How far that will be successful, how far it will be able to win the mandate of the people, we have to see. That will be proved only when an election takes place. But it's very clear now with the Election Commission announcing that the symbol goes to EPS, and he is the General Secretary of the party. So as of now, until the Madras High Court gives a judgment contrary to this, it is now settled that EPS is the leader of the AIADMK, and the two leaves symbol goes to the AIADMK.
Sudha, I'll bring you in here. They say it's never over till it's over, especially perhaps in Tamil Nadu politics, and I think you understand that better than most others. But do you believe that this Madras High Court order, which is awaited, could have a significant bearing on the future of EPS, OPS and the AIADMK? Because even as we talk about how the leadership issue may have been settled for now by the Election Commission, do you believe a verdict from the Madras High Court, let's say restoring the membership of OPS, could change things going forward?
It could. I mean, there is the situation that you present, Neha. It could very well be that the situation could, completely alter, because we do not know what the honorable courts are going to say, is going to say rather. But there is one thing, political parties are not really decided in courts. They are decided amongst cadre. And as of now, even as we speak, I think Palaniswami Yedapadi has a huge support from the cadre. Somewhere, he's been validated, whereas OPS has a ragtag, a group of people who are with him. And like the senior journalist was saying, Mr. Venkat Narayan, that, he may do something there, but nothing is going to come to fruition. He will forever be seen as someone who's disgruntled.
He will always be seen as someone who is disgruntled. Sudha certainly seems to believe that EPS is the man who enjoys popular support of the party cadres. Let me now bring in political analyst S. Muralidharan into the conversation. Mr. Muralidharan, welcome to the show. How do you look at today's crucial decision by the Election Commission, in a sense accepting the elevation of E Palaniswami as the AIADMK General Secretary and allotting the two-leaf symbol to his faction. Would you say this is the end of the road for OPS as far as the AIADMK is concerned?
The end of the road for OPS happened actually a few years ago. So this is the confirmation part. You know, the courts have accepted it. High Court as well as Supreme Court. Then we have the Election Commission also accepting because they didn't have any choice. Now that the two-leaf symbol is with them and it is almost end of the road for OPS, but you know he will not go down that easily because see this man has been you know what do you say? He's not been a great politician as such. He has been playing the caste politics always, and you know he's got petty ideas. Like you know, this was understood the day he ransacked the you know ADMK office, which was like the temple for them, right? For the party, that ADMK office was like a temple, and he was you know disgruntled. He was unhappy with EPS when EPS was holding a meeting in a different place outside the city. He and his you know supporters went and ransacked the place. So that showed you know his immaturity, his you know his incapabilities. So people, I think 95% of the people are with EPS, and that's proved everywhere. And let's not forget, as Sudha said, you know, EPS did govern excellently in the last 1 year of his tenure. Probably he was coming out of the shadow of Jayalalitha, so that was the reason why you know he could not initially, but satisfy everybody because there were too big a shoes to fill. But post that, he did a fantastic job for almost like a year and a half. And people compare that with Stalin today. Today, if you compare the current dispensation, the ruling of Stalin versus EPS is way above. Stalin is in the current state affairs is terrible, and Stalin has no control over law and order or any other functioning of the state.
You know, though one significant difference between the current Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and the former Chief Minister EPS is that Stalin comes from an illustrious political family. He has a huge legacy behind him. We will get into that in just a moment. But Venkat Narayan, I want to ask you this. You know, Mr. Muralidharan also seems to think that OPS will probably continue to wage this political battle. Do you believe that there are any significant options really left for him? Yes, the matter pertaining to his expulsion from the party is still pending before the Madras High Court. But Muralidharan also seems to think that his innings in the AIADMK is pretty much over. Is that your view as well, or do you believe that a lot could still change?
Well, you know, EPS has proven his abilities as an administrator at the height of COVID. And you know, the cadres are with EPS, and the symbol, two-leaf symbol, has gone to him. And the symbol was, if you remember, launched by M.G. Ramachandran after he broke away from Karunanidhi and floated the AIADMK. So the people of Tamil Nadu are familiar with the two leaves symbol since 1972, that is 51 years, for the last 51 years. And M.G. Ramachandran successfully contested elections, defeated Karunanidhi, and he ruled the state for 10 years. And after the brief struggle between Jayalalitha and MGR's legal wife, the party lost, DMK came to power, but Jayalalitha became the chief minister, and she ruled the state for 14 years. You know, 6 times she has been the chief minister. So the people associate the AIADMK with the two-leaf symbol, and Tamil Nadu's literacy rate among men is 80% and women about 70+%. So, you know, it matters a lot, the symbol, for people who are not educated. So that is also very important. So whoever has a 51-year-old election symbol with them and whose leaders ruled that country, the state for 24 years plus, it's very clear that EPS has a great advantage. And the fact that the AIADMK has an understanding with the current ruling party, the BJP in Delhi, also will, give a great morale booster. Neha?